ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We'll chant the shlokas which we have completed in the last class. I will chant, you can repeat. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata
Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Ambatvāmanusandadhāmi Bhagavad-Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamayah Pradipaha. We have started studying the text called Bhagavad-Gita. But before we enter into the text, we are seeing Dhana shlokas on Bhagavad-Gita. Dhana shloka means verses of meditation, contemplation, deliberation on Bhagavad-Gita. So the verses which are describing Bhagavad-Gita and Bhagavad-Gita related people, that is called Bhagavad-Gita Dhyana Shloka. And in these Dhyana Shlokas written by Madhusudana Saraswati, first Dhyana Shloka was on Bhagavad-Gita itself, where Bhagavad-Gita is looked upon as mother and how great is Bhagavad-Gita, that was described. And second shloka is the salutation to Vedavyasa, who has compiled this text. And Vedavyasa is the one who has written Mahabharata, in which Bhagavad-Gita is placed. And we were seeing in the last class, He Vyasa, O Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa was a title given to him. His name was Krishna. Vedavyasa's original name is Krishna. Krishna Dvaipayana. He was staying in an island, therefore he is called Dvaipayana. Krishna Dvaipayana, or simply Krishna. And he is called Vyasa because he compiled the Vedas. He made appropriate division of the Veda mantras available at that time. Therefore he is called Vyasa. So Vyasa is a title, compiler, and one who has made the division of Vedas appropriately into various branches. And to that Vedavyasa, Namaskarate Namaha Astu. And greatness of Vedavyasa, Vishala Buddhe, having very vast intellect. And vast intellect, how do we know? Because of the vast work he has done. He has compiled the Vedas, He has written 18 Puranas, he has written Mahabharata, he has written Brahma Sutra, he has written Vyasa Smriti, he has written Vyasa Bhashyam. Therefore, so many fields he has touched upon, and therefore he must have very Vishal Buddhi, very vast Buddhi. And even in physical appearance, he was very attractive, very good. Fullara Vinda Yatapatra Netra. His netra, his eyes were like the patra, the petal of Ayata, big. Ayata means big petal of Aravinda, lotus, which is Fulla. Fulla means fully bloomed. So his eyes are like big petals of the fully bloomed lotus. Means his eyes were very big and beautiful like lotus or lotus petal. And what has he done? Yena Tvaya, by which you, Vedavyasa, Dhanamayaha Pradipaha Prajwalitaha. Prajwalita means kindled, lighted up. What? Pradipaha, lamp. By Vedavyasa, the lamp Dhanamayaha, consisting of wisdom. And Dhanamaya Pradipaha refers to Bhagavad-Gita. So by whom the lamp of wisdom called Bhagavad-Gita is lighted up. And every lamp will have some oil which is there behind. Similarly, for Bhagavad-Gita, what is the oil? Bharata Taila Purnaha. The lamp of Bhagavad-Gita is filled with having the background of Mahabharata. So filled with the oil of Mahabharata. So here Vedavyasa is described as the one who lights up the lamp of Bhagavad-Gita. Means he only brought Bhagavad-Gita to us. Even though Bhagavad-Gita Upadesha is given by Krishna to Arjuna. But this Bhagavad-Gita we are able to read now because Vedavyasa had compiled. Otherwise it would have remained there and it would have been lost. But he only lighted up the lamp. Therefore we express our gratitude to Bhagavan, Vedavyasa. And in our culture, light is given so much importance. Because light stands for knowledge. And if there is right knowledge in your life, then you will have right attitude. If you have right attitude, you will have right response. And the quality of your experience of life will be better. Your life will be better. So if knowledge is there, right knowledge is there, your life will change. And if right knowledge is not there, life will be miserable. And therefore, knowledge is given very much importance. As I have seen some context, we have seen that very name of the country is Bharata. Bha means light, Rataha means happily engaged. So the country which is happily engaged or committed to knowledge is called Bharata. And that idea is given here, that lamp of wisdom is Prajwalitaha. What is the similarity between this knowledge and light or lamp? Lamp removes the darkness. Similarly, knowledge also removes the darkness of ignorance. And not only that, when lamp removes the darkness, then darkness-based problems will go away. Because of darkness, some fear is there, some projection is there, we are seeing some figures because of darkness. Then those emotions, frightening emotions will go away when you light the lamp. Similarly, when you have knowledge in your life, all your problems based on ignorance will go away. And to prepare the lamp, you require so many things. You have to bring the body of lamp, you have to bring oil, you have to bring wick. So all is required. But once this lamp is lit up, then it doesn't require the support of anything to remove darkness. Similarly, to get knowledge, you require so much sadhana. Karma yoga is there, upasana is there, jnana yoga is there. All these are there to get knowledge. But once knowledge has come, then ignorance goes away without anybody's help. So because of this similarity, the knowledge is often compared to light or a lamp. Now we'll enter into the third shloka. Prapanna parijataya Totra vetraikapanaye Dhana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrutaduhe Namaha. So the first shloka offering salutation to Bhagavad-Gita, second offering namaskara to Vedavyasa, now namaskara to the teacher of Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So main sentence is what? Krishnaya Namaha. My salutation to the Lord Krishna. And what is the meaning of Krishna? There are various meanings. One simple meaning of Krishna is dark. So what is Krishna? One who is dark is Krishna. So Krishna's complexion was dark, therefore is called Krishna. And it is a good thing, Bhagavan did a right thing. So that the people with dark complexion will not have complex. Because we have got complex based on complexion. They put so much, they make so much effort to reduce their darkness. They say one shade, two shade darkness, one shade fairness will come, two shade fairness will come. Unnecessary, Enjoy your being dark, I love being dark. What is wrong? So, but people have this so much value for looking fair, especially in India. In Western country, they do other way around. They want to reduce their whiteness, fairness. They go to the beach for reducing that, the toning. So they do it. All this not necessary. Learn to enjoy whatever body Bhagavan has given. Complexion, height, whatever. Some people they try to raise their height by high-heeled chappal. Unnecessary. And they say it is very damaging to our feet. The ladies they wear that high-heeled chappal, very damaging because it brings imbalance in the foot. But still I want to look tall. Unnecessary. Just enjoy. Be grateful to Bhagavan for the body He has given. That is what Vedanta is telling. Learn to accept the facts of life. This is by the way, but Krishna means dark. So, if somebody is dark, he can say, yes, I am like Krishna. So, when we were small, so dark people used to say, he says, we are like Krishna and you fair people are like donkeys, Because they have got complex, therefore they are telling. Fair people are not like donkeys. But these dark people have been told, dark. So, Kaliya, like that say. So, that's why they react like this. He says, we are like Krishna, you are like donkeys. Anyway, so, unnecessary. Krishna means dark. Okay, this is incidentally just to bring some extra spice. Then, another meaning of Krishna is Karshati Akarshati iti Krishna. One who attracts everyone to himself is Krishna. So, one who is source of Ananda, that is Krishna. Can you sit comfortably? Okay. Karshati Akarshati iti Krishna. So, Krishna was very, very attractive and therefore is called Krishna. And another meaning is Karshati. Dukkhan nashayati iti Krishna. One who drags away the dukkha. So one who removes the dukkha or one who destroys the dukkha is Krishna. So Krishna means karshati bhakta dukkhan nashayati iti Krishna. And thus Krishna is the Lord who is the source of joy and who is the remover of dukkha for the people who have surrendered. That is Krishna. To that Krishna Namaha. And now here the description of Krishna is given in the context of this Mahabharata battlefield. Krishna has got so many forms. Murli Dhari, Govardhana Dhari. Murli Dhari means having flute. Govardhan, they holding the mountain. So many forms are there. But here appropriate form is described. Because we are seeing these Dhyana shlokas in the context of Bhagavad-Gita. Therefore, the description is Totra Vetraika Panaye. One who has got Pani means hand. One who has got Eka Pani in one hand, Totra Vetra. Totra means whip. You know that, what they call Kadival. No, not Kadival, like that whip. That for what they call? Satay.
Satay. Tamil. That is rains in the...
Not rain. For whip. Kadival is that this one. That rain. But this one is charuk chuvakai or something? Satay. Okay. All of you understood what it is?
It's only one stick and...
One stick and then some rope. That's correct.
It is called satay.
Satay, okay, satay, good. Totra. Vetra means handle. The handle will be there, no? That it will have handle. So, handle of the whip, that is called Totra Vetra. So, he is having this Totra Vetra means, in simple words, this whip in his hand. Indicating what? If required, Bhagavan is ready to give punishment. If required. Generally he is what? Prapanna Parijataya. He is Parijata, wish yielding tree. Parijata is the meaning of wish yielding tree. For whom? Prapanna, who have surrendered. So Bhagavan will try to fulfill your wish, of course as per your karma. But if you are not following dharma and doing adharma, Bhagavan is ready with Totra Vetraik also. Our Bhagavan is very practical Bhagavan. Because see, even Vishnu, he have got Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Padma, a lotus, is a sign of friendship, love, affection. So Bhagavan says, generally I am like this only. I start with affection. But, if you don't listen to the scriptures given by me, I have got Gada also, I have got Chakra also. Because you think the Gada Bhagavan can use only when I am around. So Bhagavan said, don't worry, Chakra also is there. Wherever you are, my Chakra will go. So our Bhagavan is very practical. That I start with friendship. But if you have no readiness, you don't have readiness to follow dharma and keep doing adharma, other things are also there. Practical. Alright. So, Prapanna Parijataya. One who is Parijata. Parijata is name of a tree. Even that particular flower tree you must have seen. Yes. Parijata. Very fragrant flowers. But Parijata has got a meaning of wish yielding tree, which is there in heaven. Why is it called Parijata? Pari means Samudra. So Para asti yasya saha Pari. So Pari means Samudra, ocean. Jata means born. So this wish yielding tree was born from the ocean. When? when the churning was done, Amruta Manthanam was done, churning for nectar was done, at that time so many things came out. One of them is this Parijata. And Parijata's speciality is what? When you stand under the tree, whatever you wish will be fulfilled. It is sometimes dangerous also. Suppose there is a tree, and a person is angry with somebody. He is angry with his wife or somebody. And so he said, let him die. Or let him suffer. Then that person will start suffering. And then what? Again he will feel bad about it. Then again he has to go under the tree and say, let his suffering go away. Something like that. In fact, we do not have this wish shielding tree here is a blessing. You imagine, there is some tree like that. What will happen, Thousands and thousands of people will come and all of them cannot stand under the tree. Their fighting will start. And somebody will get angry and remove the tree. Will it happen or not? It's very common. So, they try to get, and somebody will get angry because he didn't get it, So he says, nobody will get it. That's what it happened. So Bhagavan is very intelligent. Therefore, he kept this wish shielding tree there only. The Devatas know how to handle. A Manusya can't handle it. Therefore it is not there. Anyway, so Prapanna Parijata is a Parijata, wish shielding tree, for whom? Prapanna. Those who have surrendered to Bhagavan, their wish will be fulfilled. Somebody may say, Swamiji, isn't it a partiality? Like my uncle, if I say, uncle, you are so nice, so wonderful, you are one of the greatest person in the world, then he gives me 100 rupees. And my brother doesn't do that, he doesn't give it to him. So my uncle is partial. Because he gets flattered and then he gives extra favor. So Bhagavan also, people say this. He says, Swamiji, Bhagavan also likes to be praised. In Hindi there is a saying, Kushamat to Khuda ko bhi pyari hai. So the praise even Bhagavan likes. And so Swamiji, isn't it improper on the part of Bhagavan to give favor only to those who are praising him? He should give favor to all. For that, in Shastra, this Bhagavad-Gita itself, this question is raised. Then answer is given. Bhagavan says in the 9th chapter, Samoham sarva bhuteshu, name dveshyosti na priyaha, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya, maite teshu chapyaham. So, Bhagavan says that I am equal to all. But depending upon the disposition of people towards me, they get benefited or they don't get benefit. Like what they give the example of fire. Fire is a source of warmth for anybody. But who will get the warmth? Who go near fire. If fire is here and you stand 1 kilometer away, you will not get. It is not that fire is partial. Fire is ready to give warmth to everybody. But it is up to you whether to go near fire or not. Similarly, Bhagavan is available to bless you. But at least you should ask for blessing. You should go near that. You should contact. You should remain in alignment with Bhagavan. And therefore, Bhagavan is not partial. Bhagavan is equal to all. But to receive the grace of the Bhagavan, I have to align myself with the Bhagavan. And that is said here, Prapanna Parijataha. The Lord is like wish shielding tree for those who have surrendered to Him. And Totra Vetraika Panaye, having this Totra Vetraika Vetra in one hand. Dhana Mudraya. Dhanasya Mudra Yasmin. One who has got this gesture of knowledge. Mudra means gesture, indicator. This is called Dhana Mudra. And what does it mean, this Dhana Mudra? Swami Chinmayanji used to say, if you don't know the meaning, it is just for the snuff. You know what is snuff? The snuff mudra. Snuff they take like this only. Nowadays people don't take so much, but in olden days, old people used to take like this. So it is a stuff mudra. So we have to understand this mudra, then only it becomes Dhana Mudra. The Jnanam is Jnanam of oneness between Jiva and Ishvara. This mudra is an indicator, a gesture of knowledge of oneness between Jiva and Ishvara. How? This finger in Sanskrit is called Tarjani. Tarjani. Why is it called Tarjani? Tarjayati iti Tarjani. One who keeps on threatening everybody. I will see you. That is called Tarjani. So the one who keeps threatening, this Ahankara, Jiva, is represented by this Tarjani. The index finger in English called index finger is representative of Jiva, Ahankara. And this Jiva is generally associated with these three fingers. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira. Now you have studied in your Tattva Bodha. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira. Today you are forming majority. So you are this Tamil Vedanta course people only are forming majority. Anyway, so it is there with this Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira. Means Jiva identified with these three. And based on that, this Jiva is considering himself to be fat, lean, old, subject to death, emotional, depressed, because of identification with these three bodies. Considers himself to be samsari, dukhi. Because of what? Because of remaining with these three bodies. Now what is to be done? With the help of Shastra, it has to disidentify from this three body and identify with the thumb. Thumb stands for Paramatma. Angushta Matra Purushaha. In Shastra, they say Paramatma is Angushta Matraha, having the size of thumb, representing the heart. Our thumb represents the heart. Why? Because our fist will be of the size of thumb. And so, thumb represents the fist, and the fist represents the heart, and the heart represents the consciousness obtaining in the heart. And therefore, this thumb represents Paramatma. So, what Jiva has to do? He has to divorce these three wives and join Paramatma, marry Paramatma. So, when it marries Paramatma, it will form a circle. Circle stands for Purna, limitless. So, disidentify from the limited bodies and identify, appreciate oneness with Paramatma. Then what will happen? This circle will be formed, and that circle stands for Purnatvam. So, this Jiva, disidentifying from these three bodies and appreciating oneness with Paramatma, discover that I am limitless. Unnecessary, I was taking myself to be limited. And I want this. How much I was struggling unnecessarily. Really, I do not need anything to be happy. I am of the nature of happiness. This he discovers and becomes free from this samsara. And this idea is conveyed by this Dhana Mudra. But as I said, this Dhana Mudra will work only when you have got background teaching. Otherwise, see, this much itself can give the knowledge. Then you don't have to have 1 hour class. I have to just come, I do this. And that's all. You got Dhanam, enlightened. 5-minute job. Next batch. You know that. So this much is enough. You do, then perhaps you also will do. So, I do, you do, and over. So this much will work only when a person has exposed oneself to the teaching of Vedanta for a number of years. Then only this will make sense. Then only this will be effective. But this mudra is there. This is a mudra for teaching, Dhana Mudra. So here appropriate description is given. Krishna here is presented as the teacher by saying that he is Dhana Mudra, Dhana Mudraya, having the gesture of knowledge in his hand. And one more adjective, Gita Mruta Duhe Namaha. He is Gita Mruta Dugdha. He is Duha. Duha means the milking person. Krishna is the one who is milking what? Amruta, Gita Amruta. One who is milking the nectar of Bhagavad-Gita. So one who is providing us the nectar of Bhagavad-Gita. So he is getting the essence of all the Upanishads and presents it in the form of Bhagavad-Gita. Therefore, Gita Amruta Duhe Namaha. Gita eva Amrutam, Gita Amrutam. Gita Amrutam Dogdhi iti Gita Amruta Duha. And Gita Amruta Duhe Chaturthi. So one who is milking the nectar of Bhagavad Gita is Gita Amruta Duha. And this idea, Gita Amruta Duhe Namaha, is further explained in the next shloka. Sarvopanishado Gavaha
Sarvopanishado Gavaha
Dogdha Gopalanandanaha
Dogdha Gopalanandanaha
Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta
Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta
Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat.
Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat.
As it was said in the previous shloka, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the one who has milked the cows and got the nectar, the milk in the form of nectar of Bhagavad Gita. So this idea is elaborated, and in this shloka 5 points of comparisons are given. In any milking process, 5 factors are involved. One is cows. If cows are there, cows or cows-like animals, then only milking can be done. So first factor is cow. Second is the milkman, Dugdha. The milkman, one has to milk. It is not ordinary thing. You try to milk the cow. If you are not used to, you will get the kicks, not milk. And I was told that to get this milk udder, it's strenuous. It's not that easy. If you are not used to and do it, your hands will be paining. So it requires some skill, ability. That Dogdha. Second factor is Dogdha, milkman, a person who is milking the cow. Third is calf. Cow gives the milk when calf is there. So third factor is calf. Fourth factor is bhokta, because all the milk is not drunk by calf. Something is left for others also, and that is called bhokta, consumer of milk. That is fourth factor. Fifth factor is milk itself. So 5 factors: cows, milkman, calf, consumer, and milk. And these 5 factors are the comparison. With these 5 factors, comparison is made. And what is the first one? Sarvopanishadaha Gavaha. All Upanishads are like cow. What is the Upanishad? Upanishad is Vedanta. What is Vedanta? The end portion of Vedas. The final portion of Vedas is called Vedanta. So the teaching of self-knowledge given at the end of Vedas is called Vedanta, otherwise called Upanishad. So all these Upanishad, some of the Upanishad names you might have heard: Ishavasya Upanishad, Keno Upanishad, Katho Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. These are the Upanishads. There are 108 or even 200 Upanishads are there. 10 Upanishads are very popular. Isha Upanishad, Keno Upanishad, Katha, Isha Kena Katha, Prashna Upanishad, then Mundaka, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Aitareya, Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. These 10 Upanishads are very popular because they were commented upon by Shankaracharya ji and other Acharyas. So all Upanishads are like cows. Means this Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is going to be compared as a milkman, is extracting all the Upanishads. And who is the Dogdha, the milking person, milkman? Gopala Nandanaha, Krishna. See, a very appropriate word is used. Gopala means this cowherd. Gam palayateti Gopala, one who protects the cow, is called Gopala, cowherd. Nandana means one who is pleasant to. The son of a cowherd is called Gopala Nandana, Krishna. And he is Dogdha. He is the one who is milking the Upanishad's cow. Alright, who is the calf? Considering whom alone the milking was done, milk was provided. Parthaha, Arjuna. Arjuna is the calf. Keeping Arjuna alone, the Upanishads are being extracted. Therefore, Parthaha Vatsaha. Partha meaning we have seen. Partha means the Pruthayaha Putraha. The son of Purtha, Kunti, is Partha. Or Partha means one who is having Paramatma as the goal of life. Parthaha. And Sudhihi Bhokta. Sudhihi means, Su means good, Dhi means Buddhi, mind. A person who has got good mind, qualified mind, is called Sudhihi. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha. You have studied Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. So a person who has got fourfold qualifications. What are they? Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. Viveka means discrimination between what is permanent and what is impermanent. Vairagya, dispassion towards all impermanent. Shamadhi, Shama, mastery over the mind. Dhamma, mastery over the organs. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama means dropping all unnecessary activities, only doing what are necessary. Titiksha means accommodation, acceptance of all choiceless facts of life. And Shraddha, the trust, sense of validity in the Shastra and the teacher. And Samadhanam, concentration of the mind. That is called Samadhi Shatka Sampatti. And Mumukshutva means the desire, intense desire for freedom. So these four qualifications one who has is called Sudhi here. And that Sudhi, a person with qualified mind is Sudhi, and he is Bhokta. He is going to be the consumer of this nectar of Gita. And what is the milk? Dugdham Gita Amrutam Mahat. Mahat means great. Great Amruta, nectar of Bhagavad-Gita is the milk. So what is the milk in this process? Bhagavad-Gita teaching is the milk. And for that, all Upanishads are the cows. And this particular description has got a very important message to convey. A great significance is there. And what is that? Bhagavad-Gita is essence of Upanishad. Like milk is the essence of cows. Similarly, Bhagavad-Gita is the essence of Upanishad. And therefore, whenever you have doubt regarding the interpretation of the verses of Bhagavad-Gita, you should follow what? You should follow only Upanishads. Because on Bhagavad-Gita about 700 commentaries are there, about Sanskrit commentaries. And Bhagavad-Gita is one of the most commented upon Shastra. Even modern, nowadays also, people get retired and say, I am writing a book on Bhagavad-Gita. So they have studied Bhagavad-Gita or not, but they want to write a book on Bhagavad-Gita. Nowadays people have more anxiety to become a teacher than the student. Student they don't like. The student means you have to study, you have to do seva, you have to do so many things. Teacher good, Swami. Nice teacher. And especially nowadays online classes is there, no? So online means you can manage somehow, So you read and then you manage, and you get audience from all over the world. So some people who don't know anything also are there, and therefore people have so much anxiety to become a teacher. Anyway, by the way, so main thing is that Bhagavad-Gita is commented upon by so many people. So people get confused. What is the right meaning, Swamiji? Our sampradaya, our tradition says, right meaning of Bhagavad-Gita verses is that which is in keeping with, which is in harmony with Upanishad. If any interpretation of Bhagavad-Gita is contradicting with the vision of Upanishad, then that is a wrong interpretation. So that is the technical significance of this description, that Upanishads are cows and Bhagavad-Gita is the milk. Thus, here 5 factors: cow, milkman, calf, the bhokta, consumer, and milk were talked about. And they were compared to Upanishad, Krishna, Arjuna, and all the qualified people, and with Bhagavad-Gita teaching. Alright. So thus, the Bhagavad-Gita teaching is glorified, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is glorified, Arjuna is glorified, and even the listener to Bhagavad-Gita also is glorified. Alright. Now the next shloka is offering namaskara to Bhagavan Sri Krishna once again. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So in this main part of the shloka is Krishnam Vande. Vande means I salute. I offer my salutations. To whom? Krishnam, to the Lord Krishna. And how is that Lord Krishna? That is described by other words. And this is one of the popular shlokas on Krishna. Even in childhood we were taught this shloka. Vasudeva Sutam Devam. A wrong child baby, but we were taught. So this shloka is very popular. So Krishna, we have already seen the meaning. Karshati, one who Karshati, Akarshati, etc. we have seen. Description of Krishna. Vasudeva Sutam, who is the son of Vasudeva. So Krishna's father's name was Vasudeva. Therefore Krishna is called Vasudeva. Vasudeva's son is Vasudeva. Vasudeva was a very noble person. Very noble person. That he tried his best to convince his nephew, and he could not convince, then he accepted the fact. And he did not have any such resistance. Therefore, he is a noble person to whom Krishna was born. And he is Devam, he is the Lord. Deva has got one meaning, shining. So many, Deva is a Div Dhatu. So Deva means one who is shining, one who is playing. So Deva means the Lord who is shining. And Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam. See, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is an avatara of Vishnu. Avatara means incarnation, in English we say. Incarnation means manifestation. Manifestation of the Lord in a particular form is called avatara. Manifestation of all-pervasive Lord in a particular form is called avatara. Like in our body, when outside the germs enter, then our immune system gets expressed in the form of this antibodies. So it will take care. White cells and all will increase, and some particular cells will increase, so that the outside germs can be taken care of. So that is called avatara. A particular manifestation for a particular purpose. That is, a particular manifestation of the Lord for a particular purpose is called avatara. And one purpose of Bhagavan avatara is given in the Bhagavad-Gita. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrita. For protecting of the right people and the destruction of wrong people. And Bhagavan does this destruction of wrong people in two ways. Wrong people, he tries to improve them. He tries to give some sense to them so that they give up wrong things, then the wrong people are destroyed. If wrong people don't do wrong things, they are not wrong people. So they will be destroyed. They will be destroyed in a very noble manner. But most of the time it doesn't work. So they are so much, soaked in this adharma that they are not ready to listen to Bhagavan's advice. Bhagavan Sri Krishna tried so much to give sense to Duryodhana. He tried that, don't do this, just have peace, have peace. Duryodhana was not ready to listen, and in fact he tried to imprison Krishna. He wanted to tie Krishna. And therefore Bhagavan had to afterwards give him this destruction as the punishment. So Bhagavan has got both. He does teaching also and he does destruction if required. And that's what Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Mardana means destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. Kamsa is Krishna's own maternal uncle. And somehow he was told that his nephew will kill him. Because Kamsa was doing a lot of adharma. First thing, he has imprisoned his own father. He put him in jail and he became the king. So this type of thing, that parents being harassed by the children, is not now. It has been happening. So you can take consolation if you are as Swamiji, my children, they harass me so much, etc. At least they are not putting you in jail, no? Thank them. So it has been happening. So Kamsa, his name was Kamsa, he put his own father Ugrasena into jail. He became the king and he started harassing people. And he was told that your eighth nephew will kill, Ashtama. And therefore he was very much afraid. In fact, he did not know where is Krishna. He tried. He sent different asuras, but somehow he could not succeed. He sent so many to Gokula, there Krishna was, could not succeed. And therefore he invited Krishna to his own court, and he organized, or he challenged Krishna to have a fight with a wrestler called Chanura. Imagine, Krishna was only 12-year-old that time. 12-year-old boy is asked to give a challenge to a Chanura, who was a big wrestler. He was a royal wrestler, means a court wrestler. And he thought, Kamsa thought that at least I will not get bad name. He fought with him and died. Very innocent. So clean, a sweep he wanted. But Krishna took care of Chanura. So Chanura Mardana. And so many other things also Kamsa did. He sent one elephant also. He sent another, what is called, Kamsa, Mushtika. So many other people also he sent. Finally, all of them were finished. And then Kamsa is killed by Krishna. Therefore, it's called Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. Indicating that adharma will be destroyed at the end. At the same time, Devaki Paramanandam. He is a great source of joy for his mother Devaki. So he can be so, strong and very firm when it comes to take care of adharma. At the same time, he can be very affectionate. So Devaki Paramanandam. So he only did what is to be done. Pujya Swamiji used to emphasize this idea. In life, we keep doing what is to be done. Our sense of commitment to what is to be done, it should be so much that we don't go to a wrong path. When you are busy doing right thing, then you will not be deviated to do the wrong things. Generally, I give this example. When you are eating what is right, then you will not eat what is wrong. You don't eat breakfast. Oh, I will not eat breakfast. I want to reduce weight. And then what? 9:30, 10, you feel hungry. Then murukku, So that's what happens. Instead of that, right, say idli or whatever breakfast is there, you eat. So that your stomach is full, you can take sprout or whatever. But when you do what is to be done, then you will have less time and mind for doing what is not to be done. So in life, let us focus positively. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Instead of that, tell what is to be done. Pujya Swamiji used to say, instead of saying remove poverty, remove poverty, remove poverty, Indira Gandhi had given one slogan. What you remember? Garibi hatao.
Garibi hatao.
Garibi nahi hata, garib hat gaya bichara. Bulldozer. So he said, instead of saying that Garibi hatao, remove poverty, what you should say? Bring prosperity. Focus on prosperity. That's what now economists are telling. You raise your GDP in a very comprehensive manner, poverty will go. Comprehensive manner. Otherwise, more people will become rich and other poor. That happens. But if you do this industrialization or whatever is required, then people will get job. So you bring prosperity. Instead of doing these wrong things, instead of thinking of garibi hatao. So in life, always focus on what is right. Focus on what is to be done. Of course, we need to be aware of what is wrong so that by mistake also we don't go to the wrong things. But our mind should not be full of these negatives. Negatives means what? I should not do this, I should not do this, I should not do this. In fact, many times the spouse, they do this. Wife will tell what? Don't forget to bring this particular sabji, okay? Don't forget. This fellow will forget. Because his mind will be capturing the word forget only. Don't is dropped. Therefore, what is right way of saying? Please remember to bring this vegetable. Instead of saying, don't forget, don't do this, don't be angry, is not a right way of saying. What we should say? Be calm. Be calm, be quiet. That is a better way of saying. Even to the students, we should give positive instruction. Don't run. You can say, walk slowly. Positive. Our mind, sometimes it catches only some words. So when you repeat the idea, some words are caught. And therefore what? Run. That he will pick up run only. So don't run, he will run only. Therefore, always positive, wherever it is positivity is possible, then you focus on that positivity. Negative you remember. It is not that you don't remember. But negative only just to be aware so that we can avoid it. So in life, always focus on what is to be done. Then, and that is what Bhagavan is saying. That Bhagavan removes the Asura, Kamsa Chanur Asura, by first converting them, guiding them, And if that doesn't work, he gives danda. And so, Devaki Paramanandam, one who is the great source of happiness for all, that Krishnam Vande, I salute. Jagat Gurum. Jagat Guru means the teacher of the world. So Bhagavan is the teacher of the entire world. How Bhagavan is teacher of the entire world? Bhagavad-Gita is relevant to everyone. That is the message by Jagat Guru. So Bhagavad-Gita, whether a person is Hindu or Muslim or Christian or anybody, Jagat Guru, Bhagavad-Gita teaching is relevant to all. And therefore, Jagataha Gurum. Bhagavan taught only to Arjuna. But he taught in a very universal manner, comprehensive manner. And therefore, he becomes Jagat Guru. He is the teacher of the whole world through the teaching of Bhagavad-Gita. And by word Jagat Guru, one more message is given. Even though Bhagavan is Kamsa Chanura Mardana, still he can establish dharma by teaching the right thing. As I told you, focus on right thing. And so Bhagavan is teaching what is right so that adharma doesn't come to you. So comes the Jagat Gurum Krishnam Vande. I salute to that Lord Krishna, who is the Lord of Jagat, who is the teacher of the entire world. And another message given by the Jagat Guru is that Bhagavan, to give the knowledge to anyone, he has to become a teacher or he has to send a teacher. Without teaching, knowledge does not come. By Shaktipata, people say, Swamiji, you do Shaktipata. You know, all of you know what is Shaktipata means. They put this thumb on the forehead and people get knowledge. That type of thing we don't believe. You can have some divine, some experience, all right. But to have clear, convincing knowledge, you require the teaching. So even Bhagavan has to become a teacher to give the knowledge. And another thing suggested is, Bhagavan has done the job of destroying wrong people, but that was not the only mission. One important mission was Jagat Gurum. So being a teacher of Bhagavad-Gita was one of the important avatara karya, the mission of avatara. And that also is suggested by the word Jagat Guru. So here in this shloka, Bhagavan said, Madhusudana Saraswati said, I salute to Lord Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva, who is the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura, and one who is great source of joy for Devaki, and who is the teacher of the world. Now in the next shloka, the author of this Dhyana shloka, Madhusudana Saraswati, is presenting Bhagavan Sri Krishna as Anatha Bandhuhu, one who is the source of protection in crisis. When there is crisis, then final source of protection is Bhagavan. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna was the source of protection for Pandava. Therefore, Pandavas could win the war. That idea is given. We will read the shloka. Bhishma-drona tata jayadratha jala
Bhishma-drona-tata jayadratha-jala
Gandhara-nilotpala
Gandhara-nilotpala
Shalyagrahavati krupena vahani
Shalyagrahavati krupena vahani
Karnena velakula
Karnena velakula
Ashvathama vikarna ghora makara
Ashvathama vikarna ghora makara
Duryodhana vartini
Duryodhana vartini
सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी
सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी
कैवर्तकः केशवः
कैवर्तकः केशवः.
The meaning we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.